Hi, I'm Evan Pickworth from Business Day and the Financial Mail. We've got Suresh Kana with us today, who's the CEO of PwC for South Africa and Africa. He was appointed CEO for Africa 2 years ago. Suresh, great having you with us.
Thank you very much.
If we could start off, though, with one of the challenges, and that has been empowerment in South Africa. Do you get a sense that these new codes are going to get us on track to develop this massive, major middle segment of our economy?
Firstly, any social engineering project of this nature or initiative of this nature comes with risks. I think the codes are in the right direction now. I think it focuses a lot on skills development, which is a core thing for South Africa in that phase. It does focus on the development of small business, which is, I think, another very key area.
You've had 2 years of experience in Africa now as CEO, really delving into the continent. Some of the markets are not really that well developed. There's still those hurdles to overcome in Africa.
I think Africa poses a huge opportunity, and I think that's why you can see the world focusing on Africa at the moment. You know, it has what we refer to as mega trends taking place, and it's impacted by the mega trends that are around the world. The biggest, obviously, is demographics. Consumerism is going to be a big demand, housing, infrastructure. At the same time, we have a rising middle class in Africa, so that there is disposable incomes on the continent to spend. When you're looking at where we are in terms of infrastructure, natural trade links, the trade within Africa has not developed. We trade more outside the continent than within the continent, and those are kind of things that we need to deal with and promote.
The global economic backdrop, of course, is not great. Is it fair to say that, for example, geopolitical tension in Europe, etc., should be hitting Africa, should be hitting the rand, and affecting companies?
I think we don't live on an island. I think we are part of a global community. So what happens across the world, we will feel here as well. You know, PwC does a global CEO survey every year, which we release in Davos, and we're releasing our Africa one shortly as well. A huge optimism, in terms of where we're going. And I think, when we think about contagion and we think about the depressed markets around the world, Africa still offers a huge opportunity that people just can't ignore. When growth slows down in developed economies, people are looking for opportunities, and Africa provides that opportunity to them.
Now, skills development, and I know it's close to your heart. The South African Institute of Chartered Accountants has got a great program, Tutuka. It seems to be working, but it's only pockets of South Africa's private sector. Certainly accounting firms with Saica getting it right. We're getting thousands of black accountants through this pipeline. What needs to happen, though, to make it work?
Just a little backdrop on the Tutuka program. I think that was great. I'd like to call it First in Foresight. Today we have 800 people on that program, and it's a tremendous kind of program. I think what we've also been engaging with government as Saica in trying to share the learnings we've had out of this, and with other professions, the engineers, the actuaries, the other professions that are also needed for our economic growth in the country. So Tutuka is a very, very good program, well established. But I think one of the key things we're seeing is the pipeline into tertiary education is pretty weak. The quality is a challenge in that space, and one of the areas that Saica is now focusing on, and we've decided what we want to do is work with the school governing boards, because we believe it's a leadership issue. In the next fortnight, we're going to launch a program where partners in major firms across our profession are going to be supporting and helping the school governing boards to get better. In private school education, they all have strong governance boards and governing boards, and it is from there that the whole curriculum emerges, and good governance is in place in that space, and that is much more far-reaching in terms of how we can enhance education so that the whole pipeline becomes better and stronger. We'll roll it out across the country. We're doing a pilot now with 15 schools, and that's going to be a starting point.
We keep hearing, though, that this discourse between government and the private sector is faltering. But this is an example of where it can work. It just takes a bit of leadership, doesn't it?
We view governance boards of schools as their leadership. We are strong as a profession in governance. And it's that, so if we can share that to the better good of South Africa, that's what we're aiming at. And I'm sure it's going to be about leadership. There's going to be tough decisions being made, and once we see things at schools not operating, how we get them back on stream. So I think that's, to me, is very promising.